Are y'all ready for part 2? I like what MJ Harris says. He said, get in here, get in here, get in here. I like him. You have to check him out. He's on Facebook and YouTube. He's all in. Listen, he's authentic with capital A. So we're back. So I was sharing with you, I'm 50, fine, and feeling good as hell today. It's a Friday. And I was calling it a pre-Valentine's Day message for you. But actually, this is just really one of those I'm coming out type of parties. You know, you finally realize who you are and you're fed up with all the foolishness. But let me tell y'all something. You got to be fed up with the foolishness that you're doing to yourself. Beverly said, I'm ready. I'm ready too. I'm ready. Girl, don't make me go straight Aretha Franklin on you, because I'm ready to rock steady, baby. Rock steady, baby. That's what it's saying about. Let's call this song exactly what it is. Hey, I feel like I need to go dancing again. Okay. Fine, 50, and fine, and feeling good as hell. And fed up. There used to be this song that said, when a woman is fed up, there ain't nothing you can do about it. Now, when you get fed up with any situation, it could be your job, it could be your honey, it could be your boo, it could even be your children. You're going to do something different. I heard this story about this man was walking down the street. And there was an old man sitting in a rocking chair on the porch. His old dog was moaning. And every time the man walked by, the dog would... You know, sometimes you feel like that. So every day, the guy would keep going back and forth. He said, sir? He said, yes, young man. He said, isn't that your dog? He said, yeah. He said, every time I walk back and forth down the street, he's always moaning. And he said, is everything okay? He said, when he gets tired of laying on that nail, he'll get up. See, when you have a victim's mentality, you get mad. You want somebody to move the nail versus moving you. Once we recognize that self-improvement is the key, honey, your life is going to look completely different. And I just wanted to share some of my joy, some of my sugar, and some of my spice, and a whole lot of things that are nice. Okay? Because here's the thing. Once you become your own friend, you are willing to stand in your mistakes as well as your victories. The worst thing that you could ever do is not be productive, not progress. See, that's what happens when you're in a relationship and a person says, well, why aren't y'all together? Oh, we just grew apart. That meant the person was progressing and you weren't, or vice versa. You have people say, well, it's cheaper to keep her. Not necessarily. There's some men out there that's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because they got Satan's daughter. I'm just telling y'all, they got Satan's daughter. You be like, oh my God. Oh, then you meet her and you be like, oh my God, you didn't see that coming? And being 50 fine and feeling good as hell is because I was willing to face, as they say, my demons. Whatever. I was willing to finally face Dolores May Jones, and say, look here, girlie, you got some cleaning up to do. You got some healing you need to do. And then sometimes God will allow your ex to come back into your life to see if you're still crazy. That's what somebody said. And sometimes you'll get another chance to start another relationship. But here's the thing. You got to recognize your own patterns of behavior. And so someone was asking me, because y'all know I meet some really cool people. And there was one gentleman that was all on my Facebook page. And we had a really great time at one point. And so somebody put on Facebook, they said, what happened to the guy you was dating? Well, the key was dating. When you're dating, you're collecting data. Okay? You're not married. You're collecting data. Now, sometimes you're having such a good time that you'll say to yourself, oh, we're going to get married. Have y'all said that before? I've said it several times. And my family's like, okay, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, no, for real, this time I'm really serious. And then I have to say, okay, y'all right, whatever. So it's teaching me to slow my happy hips down. Because at the beginning of any relationship, you're going to meet the person's representative. You've gone to a job and you interviewed and you liked the supervisor. You thought the supervisor was pretty cool. So the supervisor hires you. You start working for the person, and next thing you know, you find out the person is crazy as hell. You're like, wait a minute, is this the same person that was selling me on this job? And now these are the same people who's digging holes for me. Girl, I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. And that's why you got to know who you are. You got to know who you are. What if, instead of expecting things to be perfect, that you decided to recognize that life isn't perfect, that there are going to be experiences that you're going to happen, and when they don't happen, then you're like, yes, but since you know they're happening, then you have to be prepared. It's like if they say that there is a winter storm coming, do you walk outside with a t-shirt on? Okay. No, you get your fur, baby. You get your fur. Get your fur. Get your fur. Get your fur. That's what you do. When they say it's raining, what you do? You get an umbrella. You get some rain boots. You get a raincoat. It's raining outside, baby. You better learn how to dance in the rain. Find yourself a puddle. See, kids are so innocent. They'll say, it's raining outside. Can we go outside and play? And because we're so detached from our own youth and fun, we'll look at a kid and say, you better not, no, you ain't going outside. You're not going outside to play with the rain. And the kid's looking like, well, what's the problem? What's wrong with rain? Nothing. And sometimes you got to be childlike and say, you know what? Yeah, come on, let's go play in the rain. Because sometimes we're so serious, so stuck up, so spiritual, we become stupid. I'm just telling y'all the truth. And that ain't cute. People need hope today. And they're not looking for people who are going to be fake and phony. No, ma'am. They want people who's going to be right, real, relatable, and straight up. But I love when I meet people and they can share their bruises and their wounds and turn their wounds into wonderful messages. Take their mess and make a masterpiece. Those are the type of people I want to talk to. Because, baby, I got stuff going on in my life. And hey, you got it all together and you sitting in the lap of Jesus, by all means, holla. But as for me, oh no. I got situations that come and go. Now, some of them come now and I can just knock them, give them a rope-a-dope. And then some come, and if I'm not careful, I'll get ready to panic. It's like, don't you panic. You just prayed about it. Now step back and see. What is God going to do? What does he want you to do? What are you going to learn? Because whatever you learn, you get to teach. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. See, you got to get to that point that you've walked with God so long and you remember his faithfulness. See, what we do is we get mad about so-and-so said they was going to come and they didn't help me on this light bill. I don't know who the Blake they think they are. Okay. If that's the same story you want to be singing and you're now 50 or 60, then go ahead on. But I'm not doing that. We're fearfully and wonderfully made and capable. Let me tell you something. Absolutely capable of taking care of yourself. You are. And nothing is free, baby. Ain't nothing free. It ain't free. It is not free. Do you hear me? You thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna put this on him and he gonna get my nails done and all this. And baby, you understand, if you're just messing with the Mr. Right Now, then he's keeping you from the right one. Yeah, he's zooming you. He's zooming you. You ain't zooming him. Hello? You're not zooming him. You think you are. And you look up and you be like, I sold my soul for a weave. I sold my soul for a weave and some stilettos. I think that is the title of something. I sold my soul for a weave and some stilettos. You think you getting over. Baby, you ain't getting over. You going under. Do you understand? Somebody got you on lockdown because you won't get your happy hips up and go work so you can pay your own bills. I mean, in theory, it sounds good. Because old school, I was listening to Les Brown. And Les Brown was saying he comes from an era where women didn't pay bills. Right. Women didn't pay bills. You took care of your mama. You took care of your wife and your children. Things have changed quite drastically, I say. a lot. Where you have men saying we can go 50-50. We can go 60-40. Talking about a 50-50 love. Y'all know the song. It's like, baby, if I'm going to go 50, I might as well pay 75. If I'm paying all that, why am I going 50 and you raising hell? I'm not getting ready to do that. I am not getting ready to do that. You have a right to decide what you're going to participate in. Because whatever you participate in, you deal with the consequences. Well, my mama didn't do me right. Well, I understand. And here is what Tony Robbins said about that. Because he said, my mama used to beat the hell out of me. He said, but what he gained from her was he now knows how to love, because he knows what love doesn't look like. He worked harder on himself so his children, his wife, wouldn't have to experience the same things that he has experienced. He said if his mother had been a different person, then he would be a different man. Now, I want y'all to catch that, because some of us are sitting there with our lips stuck out and pouting because your daddy didn't do this and your daddy didn't do that. And let me tell you something, I understand. Because my biological father, I have not spoken to him in, we're talking about 4 years now. And people would say, well, you're going to have to heal that relationship with your father before you really are ready for another relationship with a man. And I'm like, whatever. But they're true. They're telling the truth. They're telling the truth. Hey, they're telling the truth. So when Tony Robbins said, had his mom not been mean and abusive, now we're not saying it was right. He said he would not have developed and became stronger. And now he's he's a billionaire actually. He has 5 companies. He put them all together, he's a billionaire. Now, basically he's saying people are going to give you what they can give you. And instead of looking at the deficit, look at what you discovered about yourself. I said, wow. So I got a call. I'm going to call my biological father, whom I have not spoken to in many years. I was just like, I ain't going to do him. I ain't gonna do it. Because the truth of the matter is, I have been very angry with him. I have been so angry with him. I've been so angry because I felt like if he had been present, then my love life would look a lot different. And that's not necessarily true. My love life will look different when I'm telling the truth. And when I heal internally and externally. But if I'm holding a grudge against my father, then it's gonna be very challenging me to be open to a man. You get it? And so I have been angry with my biological father for a long, long time. Part of my anger came from stories that I heard about him. And so when you tell kids about their parents and they develop this image in their mind, and maybe it was true, maybe what they said was true, but it didn't have anything to do with me. And I was angry with him because my mama died. I was 5 years old and he was in California somewhere trying to make a record, and he did make a record. And I've held on to that. And as I was listening to this Date with Destiny workshop, there was a click that happened. And it was as if to say, now you're withholding from your father, you're withholding love from him, but for your father, you're probably the best thing he has ever done. He may feel like a complete failure, but you are the best thing that he's ever done. And so I started thinking about that, because I'm 50 now, y'all, okay? And every time I would see people, they were like, we know your daddy. He talks about you all the time. And I'm thinking, he didn't buy me nothing for my birthday. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, he didn't buy me no car when I went away to college. He ain't paid no rent. He didn't help me buy my car, my house. You know, that's in my mind. And they're saying, he's so proud of you. And I'm thinking, talk to somebody else about that. Now, that's how I thought until today. Because, see, you can have those moments. Sometimes all you need is a moment to wake up and change your life for the better. Some of us are just waiting for the right moment. You know, I'm waiting for the right moment to break up. I'm waiting for the right moment. Baby, listen. When you ready to go, when you ready, Rocksteady, you see the opportunity and you go, psh, boom. You don't wait for life to happen to you. You do what you got to do. So here I am thinking, I need to call my daddy. I need to call my father, my biological father. And I need to tell him that I've been very angry with him because I saw him abandoning me. This is my perspective. And I used to tell my friends at school, my daddy's coming from California to get me. And he never came. Now, one day I saw my father many years ago, and he had this folder. Inside of the folder were all of the letters that I wrote him. He had kept all of them. I was like, whoa. My penmanship was so pretty. And I was asking my dad questions like, do you think I'm too young to date? And I was angry with him because he never responded. Now, I don't know what was going on in his life, and quite honestly, at that time, I didn't care. All I knew is you're my father and you should be here. I could stand on that, or I could now look and say, you know what? Because he wasn't here, I became a hell of a woman. I know how to take care of myself. I know how to be resourceful. You see? Because just because you feel like you got it better doesn't mean you got it all. Even with my own son, Ricky, I had to back off. Because I was like, wait a minute, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, Mom, I can't. You got to give me space. You got to, what you talking about? I'm giving you space. Boy, I worked hard. I got you, blah, 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 blah. Well, Dolores, she had a child, and it's your responsibility to take care of him. So they really don't owe you anything. Hello? I hope that you're getting something out of this. Because I said I'm 50, fine, and feeling good as hell. That is because I finally got it. Pretty. I'm gonna need you to come on off my page right now in the name of Jesus. Okay, pretty? All right. What do you need to do to start feeling good as hell? Who do you need to forgive? Where do you need to go? See, our perception is our reality. I don't care how many times I tell you it's raining. If your mind and your perception says it's not raining. If I said life is good, your perception said no, life is hell. It's your reality. Dr. Elisa J, honey, I thought about you. Your book. Find it, follow it, finish it. See, I listen. The only way, the absolute only way to find pure happiness is to be honest with yourself. And to look at it. Now, I'm not saying be strictly, mean on yourself, because you can only do what you can do. When you know better, what did Maya say? You'll do better. Now, some people won't do better even when they know better. They be, I don't care. I'm not doing anything different. That's on them. But we can't talk about them. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about you. Whatever birthday's coming up for you. You still telling yourself the same old stories? Are you still telling that story about since I lost my baby? Or, girl, he left me with these 3 children. Girl, the kids are 40 years old and I moved on. And you still talking about he left you with 3 children. What did you discover about yourself when the person left you? See, what happens is we get sidetracked by secondary information, and we get sidetracked by other people's expectations. It goes something like this. Girl, if I was you. And then, they'll give you their 4 cent, 50 cent, 2 cents, last $2. And you'll start trying to operate according to their expectation versus what you know to be true. Like when I got divorced and went to the, went to divorce court, and there was a decision made about my son, our son. Notice I said my son, but he is our son. Y'all get it. And so the judge has said, I'm going to give the father residential custody and the mother visitation. I was like, oh, y'all going to make me lose my mind up in here. Y'all going to make me act a fool up in here. And I really did, because one day I threw my platform shoe at his head in the courthouse. Okay, thank you, God, for mercy. I told you, God has been good to me, because I have been straight ghetto on some cases. I've been ghetto, not ghetto, but ghetto. Anyway, so the judge says you're going to get residential custody, and I'm like, are you serious? And I had a flashback because I lost my mom when I was 5, and my son was 4, and I was like, no. So I met this one attorney, and he said, well, why do you have to do the hard part? And I was like, what are you talking about? He said, why do you have to get up when the kid is sick? Why do you have to take off work when the kid is, having problems at school? And he started to help me put it in perspective. He said, let the father do that. I said, well, all the women in my family take care of their kids and they get the child support. I was saying to myself, if you don't raise your son every day and he ain't here with you every day, then you're not a good mom. That was the message. So once I accepted the new reality that his father is just as capable, I don't have to be the one to take off work when he's sick. Let his daddy do it. Then I was able to take time and build Dolores. Had I listened to other people, I would have still been in court trying to get total custody of my son. Now, his father and I didn't make it, but his father did have some apparent good qualities. I wouldn't have just had a child with him. I wasn't walking around just getting pregnant by folk. There was something I saw at one point. So he did pass on things like good time management, hard work, organization, a drive, right? I said, okay, give him that. In order to be fine and feeling good as hell, you got to face the fact that you have a lot to do with where you are today. The choices you've made, the decisions, the roles you've played. Earlier, I told y'all about my 2 husbands that I need to apologize to them. Now here, I ain't got to call them. I've already done that before. I've called them, I wanted to apologize. Now, they probably don't want to hear it right now, but that's okay. Because when you apologize, you can still put it in a letter. And if they're married, I don't recommend that you mail it. I just put it in a letter and then be done with it. But I needed to apologize because I'm the one who knew I wasn't ready. But I still said I do when I knew I didn't. Why do we say I do to something that we know is not going to work and then we get mad when it don't work? I'm just asking this question. Mr. Hill, hello. Mr. Woods, what up? You know it wasn't going to work when you first met the Negro or the Shegro. But now I got to prove that I'm loyal. Some people are loyal to a fault. Some people are loyal that they stupid. And I don't even use the word stupid. I don't use the word stupid. I don't think it's a good word. But Forrest Gump says stupid is, the stupid does. You are what you repeatedly do. Oh, hello? Is it on? My great grandmother would say, is it on? You are what you repeatedly do. I don't care if you say, don't call me stupid. If you're doing stupid stuff, you are what you repeatedly do. That's that. I mean, listen. I'm not going to fight you for your limitation. If you want to be in a relationship that's unfulfilling, the person cussing you out, grabbing you, dragging you by your hair, coming up in your house, leaving you, making you feel like a hoe and all this other stuff, don't tell me, because I'm going to tell you straight up what to do. Get the hell out. That's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. Get out. Just get out. Get out. Well, do you think, girl, you got one time to put your hands on me. You better hope if I'm not by some type of machete, because you put your hand on me, you won't have no fingers. You'll have a nub. You'll be like that. They say, what happened to you? I tried to hit Dolores. You did what? Yeah, I tried to hit Dolores. You'll be a different person. Ask my husband. You try to put my eye out. Ninja, really? You better be glad you can still see, because I was not being nice. And see, the other piece of that too is you don't have to prove how big and bad you are. I had a friend and she dated this guy. And she was like, we used to fight all the time. I was like, what? She said, girl, he gave me a black eye. Then I gave him a black eye. I said, oh my God. I said, how about nobody needs to give anybody a black eye? But she was saying, we're going to say it together. You do it to me, I'm going to do it to you. You ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do all that. My son witnessed me being grabbed by my throat by his dad when he was 4 years old. And, you know, kids start to internalize stuff. And you don't know what day they're going to ask you, but they're going to ask you. So Ricky was at school and he was having some problems, and I went up to this high school. And I'm trying to tell Ricky, you know, you need to do this and you need to do that. And it was because he was getting into fights with people. You know, sometimes people just mess with you. So he said, you didn't stand up to my daddy. I was like, what is he talking about? He was talking about when he was 4 years old. And I looked at my son, I said, oh, baby, I did. I left him. See, sometimes you're standing up. That means you walk out. You walk out. You don't have to, I dare you to touch me again. I dare you to touch. I ain't going to dare you to do nothing. You better hope I don't shoot you in your pinky toe. That's just the truth. I love Jesus, but I am not Jesus. You better try Jesus. Don't try me. You'll get your feelings hurt. Dang, Dolores. Listen, there's a point in your life where you go through so much hell that you're just like, I ain't having it. Now, there's a difference between being bitter and mean, because ain't nobody good out here. They ain't got no good men out here. That's not true. When you recognize that you are worthy of more and somebody comes trying to sell you some BS and they think you a chicken head, you let them have it. You serve it up. But I'm not walking around being, all these men are the same. I don't think that. I don't think all men are the same. Some use their good sense. Everybody got common sense, but common sense isn't, common practice. Just because you got it don't mean you use it. You would hope so. Listen, Dolores Jones is my name. I'm your comeback coach, and I'm just feeling good as hell. That's just the truth. And so today I'm going to spend the day with myself. Might take myself to get some lunch or something. I don't know. I might want to go to Red Rock Canyon Cafe. The person know who I'm talking to. And just treat myself. Just treat myself. I don't have to go with anyone. I don't. Sometimes I don't have to. I'm not afraid to go eat alone. Because I'm good company, honey. I can talk to anybody. I'm like, Dolores, do you talk to everybody? I can. It's called communication. I ain't texting. That's not communication. That's texting. Pick up the phone. Hello. How you doing? How you feeling? You want to go out tonight? Well, sure. Well, no, I don't. Okay, well, I was just checking to see how you're doing. Call me. Let me tell you, what's up? Excuse me? I said, what's up? I ain't responding to that. Then when you call me and say, didn't you get my message? Where I said, what's up? I said, yeah, but I know you got good sense. You know how to call a woman and say hello. How you doing? Now, I don't know what you got planned for your Friday, but honey, I am 50 fine and feeling good as hell. And you got to milk it. Every time you get to that point, you need to milk it, because tomorrow's not promised. So if you're sitting there trying to, dim your light so nobody else gets excited, get mad. Why are you smiling all the time? Life ain't that good, is it? I'm like, why are you frowning all the time? People are so accustomed to people being negative. You walk around, you smiling and kicking and hopping and and they think something wrong with you. But when you stand into the truth and you're liberated, then you're like, oh, well, it is okay to be happy. It is. It's perfectly okay to be happy. It's perfectly okay to enjoy yourself. And listen, you don't have to have nobody with you. Girl, I got to have me a man. Well, go ahead on if that's what you got to have, but I don't have to have all that. Now, that doesn't mean I don't want, a very fulfilling and satisfying relationship with someone who, we can collaboratively work together. Our relationship is achievement driven and supportive. That exists. Okay. Thank you, Vernon. That exists. But just like you don't see an eagle all the time, okay? You want something rare, but you down here with the pigeons. You want something rare, but you messing with chicken heads. What's a chicken head? You walking around just a big butt and a smile. That's all she got is a big butt and a smile. And you just, man, did you see that booty? Did you see that sass on that girl? She went and bought it. She went to Miami. It's called a Brazilian butt lift. And you just acting like you ain't never seen a beautiful woman. Boy, if you don't go somewhere and sit down, just go somewhere. You need to find out if somebody is going to change your stinky diaper when you get old and gray. Because I have worked as a medical social worker as well. I'm an award-winning journalist, but I thank God that I have worked as a social worker. And let me tell y'all something. You could have a stroke. You could have Alzheimer's. There's so many things that can happen to you. And you have somebody like me as a medical social worker coming into your house with your family. And when you deal with hospice, that means you have 6 months to live. So if you got 6 months to live, who do you have around you that's going to help you with love and happiness? Who do you have that's going to lift your big butt up on a Hoyer lift? They can't just lift you, but they have to lift your butt up with a Hoyer lift, put you on the toilet, change your butt. Listen, you better get your priorities straight. That's what you want. But here's the thing. And I'm out on this one because I got to go to the bookstore. I need to buy a book. I need to get me a book. I need a book. I'm going to buy myself a book for the holiday. Well, I'm just going to buy myself something because I want to. What they say, everything that glitters ain't gold. This made me think of this story. I think it was on Judge Mablean. Now I remember Judge Mablean. So this young girl, African-American girl, was suing her mama, who was black. And she was suing her mother because she felt like she should be white and she should have had all these experiences, and I didn't have this experience because my mom was black. Now her mom was a very brown-skinned black woman, and the heifer, the girl, well, she's all prim and proper, very proper. And I am just so upset with my mother because she didn't give me the life that I was. Girl, here's the thing. Judge Mablean looked at the little girl. She thought she was grown, but she was really crazy. She didn't know that. Sometimes you can be an educated fool. So Judge Mablean said, let me get this right. This woman that worked 3 and 4 jobs to put you through school, you're here to sue her because you felt like she didn't give you the job that you deserve, the life that you deserve? Yes, ma'am. Girl, if you ain't a fool, I don't know what a fool is. Judge Mablean threw that crap out. So be careful who you align yourself with. Some people use you. They're only available when they need something from you. But when you need something, you can't find not a Negro, not a nothing, not a sheep, nothing. You can't find them. Oh, girl, my bad. My phone was on vibrate. Girl, girl, really, did you call me? Girl, my phone was on silent. Negro, you could see missed calls, can't you? Okay, then. Don't y'all be falling for that. Oh, okay, I understand. Girl, I was at work. You didn't live at work. You didn't stay all night, did you? Oh, girl, I'm down to my last $3. Well, you didn't have any money when you came to me. I was down to $5. I gave you $2.50. You can't give me $2.50? Girl, stop playing. Girl, I'm really serious. What does it take for you to feel fine and fabulous and good as hell? What is it going to take for you to do that? Because what it takes for me, it may take all that for you. But whatever it is your responsibility. It is your responsibility to go get it. It's not coming to your door. I know, Rapunzel. You want to let your hair down out the window and you want them to climb up. And it's not working like that. Cinderella, I understand. I know you're waiting for that gold slipper. You want to go to the ball, and the mice are going to become your horses, and then the pumpkin is going to become your carriage, and then the mouse is going to become okay, really? That's all I got to say right now, y'all. That's all I got to say. Boy, my girl, she is just throwing up the love right now. Girl, let me see who this is throwing up all the love. Carrie, thank you, honey. Johnson. She said, I bought a Hoyer lift for my family. Okay? People think they play. Mike Armstrong said, what book are you going to buy? I think I'm going to buy a book by Tony Robbins today. But you can buy my book called Stop the Dumb Stuff. And you can do that by going to my website, Dolores Inspires Me. But listen, y'all, if you really, really want to put I heard you, you want to do that, go to my Cash App or to PayPal, which is Dolores Inspires Me. The links are right here for you. Now, if you don't do it, it's okay, but I'm still do what I got to do. Mike, since you want to know what book I'm getting, you can buy that book. Okay. He said I will. Okay. Anyway, those of you that have watched and listened and spent some time with me, I really appreciate you. Make sure that you go ahead and hit the subscribe button for Dolores Jones TV. And enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. Do what you got to do. Like and share the video. And let's watch it again and again and again until you get it. Until you get the aha moment and be like, what? I ain't got to live like this no more. No, you don't. The person says, after all I've done for you. Now, if the person has done you right, then say okay. But listen. Yeah. And don't be disrespectful with it. I appreciate that. I really appreciate what you have done for me, but I don't think I need to keep paying for that. I appreciate you too, Whitney. Whitney Robin is in is it Kenya? What time is it over there? What'd you say? She said, and part 1. Yes, there's a part 1 to this video as well. Part 1 and part 2. Some things you just need to do part 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And 8 and a 9 and a 10. But y'all, listen, what time is it? Some of y'all still at work. Go back to work. Go back to work. Or go in the bathroom and put your earphones on and keep listening. And then if you have a boss, South Africa, if you have I don't call bosses, I call them supervisors. God is my boss. Let's correct that. But if you have somebody at your job and they always want to know what you want to do, let them listen. You always on Facebook. What you laughing out loud for? And you're like, why you all in my business for? Let them listen. Convert them. Convert. I'm about to help convert you. You need some change. People say you need some Jesus in your life. Or Erica Campbell said, I need just a little more Jesus. Is it really 10 o'clock in Johannesburg, South Africa? Wow, let me see what time it is here. It's 2. So you're about 8 hours. That is amazing. Thank you, Whitney, for being up with me for so long. Because I'll be asleep by now, honey. If it's 10 o'clock, you wouldn't be talking to me. I appreciate you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I appreciate you and I love you. And I'm rooting for you. And I know that there's greatness inside of you. And I know that you deserve so much more. And that's why I'm taking the time and took the time to do what I'm doing right now. We'll spend some more time with you. I promise. Yes. 10 o'clock. All right. 2 o'clock. Let me hit it. Let me go on over to this bookstore and get something that I need. All right. And then I'll go get me some smell good stuff from Bath and Body and some other stuff. Okay, goodbye. I just helped someone with your video today. Oh, they had to see them. Well, praise the Lord. I really appreciate that. I love you too. All right, keep your heads up. If you need something in particular, just message me and we'll see what we can do about it. All right. Dolores Jones here, your comeback coach. And what I realized, I am a self-improvement specialist. That's what this is about. What I do is I talk about resilience and I talk about self-improvement. Because if anything is going to change, it has to be you. That's how you learn to bounce back better, not bitter. Through life experiences and bad decisions. I holla. See y'all later.